Farmers insurance, just like, I mean, every insurance company, they're all over the place. We have 14,000 agents in the country. We're not in every state. You know, we're in about 20 states right now, which is why we're actually the second largest insurance company in the country. And we're growing. We're trying to get into more. They want to double in size by 2020, I think is the growing. And so because there's agents everywhere, there's 4,000 in California alone. Matter of fact, there's one right 500 feet from my office, there's another one. It's very important to me that I stand out among everybody else. And if you look at your handout there, the first slide is why the Canzone Insurance Agency. As an agent, I am also the agent owner. I am also the business owner. So that means that this is me. This is what I do. This is my business. This is not farmers, even though I represent farmers. I represent myself. And with that, I treat people over and above. I go the extra mile. I do a lot of stuff. So going on to the next slide, I'm going to kind of talk about our office. So if you come into our office, this is what you're going to see. First off, there's me at the top there. Again, I'm the agent co-owner of the business. I do have an agent partner. So we share the office space. If you've been in there, Danny is my office partner. And you know, the two of us do almost everything together. We bounce ideas off each other. We network together, we market together, we really grow together. We started day one together. Okay, he's the, on the bottom picture there, he's the first one on the left. He's about 5 feet tall.
On a good day.
Yeah, good day. Then there's Jackie Soto. Jackie is no longer with us. She actually recently had a baby. I just haven't taken an updated photo. Jasmine has now taken her spot. She's our customer service manager. Any billing issues, any paper processing, any renewals that need to be called on, she does all that for us. So it really alleviates that from my concern and allows me to go after new clients and really, focus more on sales. So she's a great asset, and if you ever call in or you come in, the first person you see is going to be her. Then there's Jackie, my wife, or Jacqueline, and I put CEO next to her name. She truly is the CEO. I've tried doing things myself, messed up a lot of times. I put together letters, I put together different things. She's my biggest cheerleader, but also my harshest critic, and she is the CEO. Anything I do runs through her, and she tells me the way it is and how it should be. So I'm very grateful to have her as a CEO. Then of course there's myself. You see at the bottom of that slide there's Farmers Insurance logo, but there's also CIA, Canzone Insurance Agency. I look at both of them equal. Again, this is my agency, and this is my livelihood. This is my business. The next slide.
Hey, Dan, can I answer your question right there?
Yeah.
Because of the CIA, does that mean you broker out and go beyond farmers' products?
No.
No.
I represent myself and farmers only, and I'll get to that in a later slide. Okay. Our customers are not just policy numbers. When you call in, typically you're going to have my cell phone. You're going to get me every time, unless it goes to my voicemail, I might be with another client. I will be the one calling back in most cases, maybe Jasmine on occasion. But you are not a policy number. You are a person. We treat you like that. It's not a call center. You're not calling an 800 number talking to a different person every time. I pride myself on having a memory that I can remember things such as your kids, what they do for a living. Like Craig, I know very well that his kids are swimming. They're very active. I try to do this with every one of my clients, and pat myself on the back that I'm very successful at it. And that's the way I want it. That's the way it has to be. Okay, I treat everybody like they're my family. So I tell Jasmine, I tell Jackie, I tell anyone that comes to work for me that these people calling in, these customers, they're not just customers, they're our friends, they're our family, they're our brothers and sisters. I mean, it truly is that way. It has to be that way. With so many farmers agents, with so many other insurance companies, you see them on the TV all the time, they're not giving their customers that kind of attention. We have to give that attention. It's going to set us above the bar, it's going to set us above everybody else, and we're going to keep them as clients for as long as we're in business. That's the ultimate goal here. The next slide down, we understand that everyone is unique. If you look at the person to your left or right, they are completely different from you. This is a very diverse group. That's the way it is in this world. We have a lot of diversity, and therefore everybody has to be treated differently. Doesn't matter what your financial status, doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, what religion, doesn't matter. We're all unique. We can't get the same product. We can't get the same insurance package. It doesn't fit everyone. So for example, Clay Bach, who's a client of ours, he's a commercial client. Clay owns a business. He has a vehicle that he drives for business purposes. We had to insure that under a business line. Dave Welch, who's not here today, he's a personal lines. So he has a renter's insurance policy with me. So again, everybody has a different need. And so we have to treat them differently. We can't give them the same product. We can't give Dave what Clay needs. We can't give Clay what Dave needs. Okay, going to the next slide. Our promise as an agency, aside from treating everybody uniquely and everybody as family, is that we're not going to belittle you. We're not going to treat you like a lower person. We're not going to treat you like a caveman in this illustration. Insurance is not going online, putting in your information, and getting a rate. It's more than that. It's protection. It's giving you what you need to protect your family, make sure that everybody is covered in the event of an accident. You're not going to lose your house, your finances. Everything's going to stay intact. So it's not going online and just putting in a bunch of numbers and getting a quote. That's not what it is. Unfortunately, a lot of people go that route, but they're going to pay the price. You pay for what you get. And so we're not going to, insult your intelligence. We're going to educate you on the product. We're going to help you understand exactly what it's about, why you have to have it, why you need it. And we're not going to sell you insurance out of a box. Again, every person needs a different product. Every person needs more coverage, less coverage. It's all different depending on their situation. Insurance out of a box, it's the biggest joke I've heard. What is that? You're seriously going to hand me a shoebox with a policy in it and that's what I get? That doesn't work. It doesn't work for us. It doesn't work for you guys. The next slide. Farmers is not a one-trick pony. A lot of people hear farmers and they think automatically, oh, they're too expensive, or they only offer this or that. The truth is, Farmers is a very large company. They're actually owned by Zurich Financial, which is one of the biggest finance companies in the world. And through them, they've bought other companies. So going back to Winston's question, do I only represent farmers? Yes, but farmers, because we own different companies, we're able to go outside of that. So we have Bristol West, we have Foremost. Bristol West, you've heard me talk about it before. If there's people with DUIs, or people with bad driving records, maybe multiple tickets, multiple accidents, even suspended license, or no license at all, we can insure them under Bristol West. Obviously they're higher risk, and they're going to probably be a little bit of a headache. But I'd rather insure somebody than not. Make sure that they're protected and they're protecting the people that could possibly be victim of something that happened because of their negligence. So if they're driving around, they need to have insurance, and I want to help them get it. Foremost Insurance is our product line for specialty vehicles, or specialty homes. I'm sorry. That would be homes in a far-off place, maybe outside of the city limits. Maybe they sit on a bunch of acreage. Like for example, I have a client up in El Dorado Hills, which is Northern California. She sits on 20 acres. Okay, there's not a firehouse within 5 miles of that house. And that's one of the criteria for the standard product line, is that a firehouse is real local, has to be a full-time firehouse. Because that's the case, we had to go through Foremost for their policy. And we can't insure them. So I have people out in El Dorado Hills, I have people down in towards Thermal, California, which is out near Salton Sea. So we can insure different types of homes. We also insure mobile homes through Foremost. We do vacant properties. So a lot of times realtors might come across a vacant property. Very difficult to get insured. Farmers will do it. Farmers will do it. We also do motorcycles, boats, and RVs through there. The next slide down. Again, I talked about this earlier. Your financial status doesn't matter to us. You can own that really nice house. You can own a little shack. It doesn't matter. As long as it's insurable, and we typically find it insurable, we will insure it, and we're going to make sure that it gets back to where it was. If there's a fire or any other loss, we're going to help you, repair it. Your cars. It doesn't matter what kind of car you have. You could have that fancy Audi R8, or you could have a little hoopty at the bottom there. We're going to insure it, and we're going to help you repair it or give you some money, depending on your coverage, so that you can replace it. Okay, the last slide is what to look for. I'm looking for newly married couples, new homeowners or business owners, people that complain about their insurance premiums, complaints about lack of communication with their agent, complaints about a bad claim experience. You can ask people who they have their insurance with. If it's not with farmers, tell them to call me. Farmers clients, the company doesn't want us to just transfer policies. They don't want us to take policies from another agent. It's kind of a way of protecting the other agents. You know, just like I don't want agents doing that to me. Yeah, it causes turmoil, and we just don't want to do it. So if they're not with farmers, that's who I want to talk to. Ask them when they last reviewed their insurance coverage, because your needs change all the time. If they haven't reviewed it for a while, I want to talk to them. I want to sit down and make sure that they're fully covered, that they have enough. Ask them how they got their current agent. A lot of times policies will get transferred to other agents. I just inherited the book of business because an agent went out. And if they don't have a relationship, you know, they need that relationship. They need to talk to somebody. The last one is tell them you have a great agent that you trust and you think they should talk to me. And then the last slide is top 5 referral sources: realtors, mortgage professionals, CPAs, financial planners, and finance managers at auto dealerships. That's just to name 5. There's 1,000 of them. I mean, I just sit down and write a whole list. And, those are really the top 5 referral sources. So if you know any of those, I'd love to speak with them. Any questions?
So, but Dan was able to save us so much money that we were able to get a small life insurance policy for myself and start growing. So I'm really appreciative of that. And then he also sat down with me again, my policy's coming up, and told me other things that I need for my business, which we didn't realize we didn't have a certain policy I needed. So he's been really super, I appreciate his follow-up and just being a friend as well.
Yeah. I just wanted to do a quick testimonial as well to reiterate exactly what Penny was saying. Exactly. Before Adam came, I had a hard time just trying to find a State Farm agent to even talk to me personally. But I know that's before Adam. But I was telling Dan, I said, you know, here's my problem, wham, wham, wham. And he says, oh, no problem, I'll handle you. He's handling, my son is in Oregon still, and he had to work hard for that one. And he's handling he's handling my vehicle plus my my rentals insurance, renter's insurance, I can talk. So I really, really appreciate the same thing. I mean, I almost got the renter's insurance for free, right, by the time I got through with everything. So it was the same thing. So I haven't compared. He would take good care of you as well. Thank you.
Hey, Kim, since Bonnie's not here, I can say something about 30 seconds too. Okay, so we had some extra time. But I helped Dan relocate from South County up here to Santa Ana on Tustin by Santa Clara. And the reason he was coming up here, he didn't tout his own horn very well, but there was a guy right across the street that had been around a long time that was doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in net profit to himself through farmers, but he had dropped the ball. They thought enough of this young gun to say, you're out to the old pro, you're into the young gun, which is, I think, from corporate, was a really great pat on the back for you guys, up and coming.
Yeah. Great job. Thank